Stop me if this sounds familiar. You study English grammar for hours. You know all the rules. But when you speak, people still look confused. And you think, I'm just bad at grammar. Here's the shock. You're not bad at grammar. Native speakers are breaking the same rules you're obsessing over every single day. And I'm going to prove it to you in the next few minutes. Welcome to episode 1 of our 12-part journey to destroy every lie about your English. I'm about to show you something that will change how you see yourself forever. The grammar lie everyone believes. Last week, I was listening to a famous American podcast. The host said, "Who are you going with?" According to grammar textbooks, that's completely wrong. It should be, "With whom are you going?" But guess what? Nobody cares. It sounds natural. It's how people actually talk. Here's the first truth bomb. Most native English speakers break grammar rules constantly. They say less people instead of fewer people. They end sentences with prepositions. They use me and my friend instead of my friend and I. And the world doesn't end. Quick question. When you speak your native language, do you think about grammar rules? Do you worry about perfect sentence structure? Of course not. So why are you doing this in English? What really happened to me? I used to spend hours memorizing grammar rules. Present perfect, past continuous, subjunctive mood. I could explain the difference between have been and have gone like a professor. But when I spoke, people looked confused. Not because my grammar was wrong, because it was too formal, too textbook, too robotic. I was using grammar that even native speakers don't use in normal conversation. Here's what nobody tells you. There are two completely different types of grammar. Grammar World 1. Textbook grammar. The rules you study in school. Perfect, formal, academic. Grammar World 2. Conversation grammar. How people actually talk in real life. Natural, flowing, sometimes wrong. I was living in World 1, trying to have World 2 conversations. No wonder I felt like I was failing. Watch this. Textbook says, I am going to purchase some groceries. Real people say, I'm going to get some food. Both communicate the same idea. One sounds natural, one sounds like a robot. The moment everything changed. I remember the exact moment I realized this. I was ordering coffee, and I said, I would like to purchase 1 large coffee, please. Perfect grammar, right? The barista stared at me like I was from another planet. That's when it hit me. Grammar isn't about being perfect. It's about being understood. Now, here's something that's going to blow your mind about your current grammar level. You're already better than you think. Right now, I want you to listen to this sentence. Yesterday, I go to store and buy milk. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? Your brain immediately knows it should be, yesterday I went to the store and bought milk. That reaction? That's advanced grammar knowledge. Your brain understands English patterns intuitively. You're not bad at grammar, you're just being harder on yourself than native speakers are on themselves. The mistakes that actually don't matter. For years, I panicked about these errors. Saying who instead of whom, ending sentences with at or with, starting sentences with and or but, using hopefully to mean I hope. But here's the secret. Native speakers do all of these things every day, in movies, TV shows, casual conversation, even in business meetings. These aren't mistakes, they're natural English. The grammar mistakes that actually affect communication are much simpler. Basic word order, I yesterday went instead of I went yesterday. Simple verb tenses for time, I go yesterday instead of I went yesterday. Basic subject-verb agreement, he are instead of he is. And you probably get these right most of the time already. Practice this right now. I want you to say these sentences out loud. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Focus on sounding natural. I need to practice more. Can you help me with this? I'm trying to get better. That makes sense. Say each one 3 times. I need to practice more. I need to practice more. I need to practice more. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Notice how natural they sound. That's good grammar for real conversation. The grammar that actually matters. When I was obsessing over perfect grammar, I thought I needed conditional sentences, passive voice, and complex tenses for everything. But most real communication happens with simple grammar. I work here, present. I went home, past. I will call you, future. What do you think? Questions. Master these patterns with natural flow, and you can communicate almost anything. Complex grammar is nice to have, but simple, clear grammar that sounds natural is infinitely more valuable. My personal breaking point. I used to rehearse every sentence before speaking. Should I use present perfect or simple past? Is this the right preposition? What about subject-verb agreement? By the time I finished thinking, the conversation was over. Now I focus on one thing, getting my idea across clearly. If I make a small grammar mistake, so what? The message still gets through. What this means for you. Grammar is a communication tool, not a perfection test. A hammer doesn't need to be perfect to build a house. It just needs to work. Your grammar doesn't need to be perfect for great conversations. It just needs to be clear enough to share your ideas. Breaking free from grammar fear. People will notice my mistakes. Most people are thinking about their response, not analyzing your grammar. All sound uneducated. Clear, natural grammar sounds much better than complicated, confusing grammar. I need perfect grammar to be fluent. Fluency is about communication flow, not grammar perfection. These fears stopped me from speaking for years. Don't let them stop you. Your grammar truth. Right now, practice saying this. My grammar is good enough. Say it. My grammar is good enough. Because it is. If you can express your ideas clearly, your grammar is working. If people understand you, your grammar is successful. You don't need permission to speak English. You don't need perfect textbook grammar to have amazing conversations. The real problem isn't grammar. You're not bad at grammar. You're comparing your natural speech to textbook rules that even native speakers ignore daily. You're not making too many mistakes. You're being more careful than necessary. You're not behind where you should be. You're exactly where millions of successful English speakers started. What happens next? Stop studying grammar rules you'll never use. Start trusting the grammar knowledge you already have. Stop worrying about mistakes that don't hurt communication. Start celebrating every successful message you share. This is just the beginning of destroying the lies about your English. In episode 2, we're tackling the biggest myth of all, that your accent is holding you back. Spoiler alert, your accent isn't the problem, and I will prove it to you with examples that will shock you. Trust your grammar. It's better than you think. Keep communicating, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself. See you in episode 2, where we destroy the accent myth completely.